going to Saaremaa, but first we shall pick up some sweets. We will go and see the result of this excavation. It shall be very interesting to see what when we have now transformed a landfill to a recreation area. So something negative to something positive. At the same time, we have also taken out material as plastic, and it's possible today to make planks of this old plastic. So it shall be very interesting, this trip.
I overtook a special task within this project, which is related to the formation of lead sheet. I did some special modeling and got some results, but the main interest is also to get some information how landfill mining is done. What is needed is close cooperation between authorities, business people, scientists, and not only national, but even better if this is international. We hope that this project will help us to, as an example, to promote landfill mining in Ukraine as well.
Welcome. Where are we traveling to?
Well, traveling, I hope, to Saaremaa.
What's there? Why to Saaremaa? It's just a small island in Estonia.
No, it's a very big island. There will be some landfill mining projects.
There's some more people traveling to see the garbage recovery program in Kuljapa. Taking a long trip and a few days off. What's the importance?
Well, I'm looking forward to see a landfill mining project. I'm in the waste business, my company in Sweden. So it's going to be interesting to see and listen to the people working with this.
It's very important that we construct new modern landfills in a different way than before, that we see it's a storage. I see the landfill as a bank because we have today soil material with metals, we have harbor sediments and so on, and today we don't have perhaps the methods to extract these metals and so on, and that we should do perhaps in the future, and then perhaps we need to excavate the landfill several times, and especially it's interesting for these rare soil metals and so on that are so important for the mobile telephone. And in the case we will not have these rare soil metals and so on to construct the mobile telephone, then we will desperately dig into the old landfills to get them.
Nice, good idea. I like it.
The idea is that we shall give some speech there. Some of us have been asked, I think, to do that, and a short speech on the landfill. And we want to lift this question in the region here, so we can start in more countries. See, we have Lithuania here, we have Ukraine here, and so on. So we hope that all of us can have a message with us, and that this is something that more countries should start in order to improve the situation in the Baltic Sea. Every country must do their part, and this is an excellent project to work together. The researchers are here, you have practitioners here, different consulting firms and entrepreneurs and so on. So we have the whole kit that we work in the triple helix concept. This is the cooperation between the university and the society. It's going to have the compounds, I mean teaching and research, and there we want also the companies to come in to give lectures for our students, and also we make such as assignments for the students, so they are in the company, they are doing some work, and then they, after some 7 weeks, they are then given a seminar, and then you have also the companies there. The idea is that the students shall be trained more to the climate you have in companies, and so they should be more prepared for the work in the future, but also that we get better insight in what the companies are doing, so we can make more research together. It's also the idea that he shall make active research in this project to create how do we handle, for instance, this project with landfills and landfill mining and so on, and how can we in the Baltic open this question and start up a new full-scale project in the best way. So he shall come with idea. It's not me, I hand it over to him. Not all the countries have finished the landfills according to the European Union directive. Estonia, I should say, have been in the forefront here. They have closed most of the landfill and also built new modern landfills, and I think Ragn-Sells have been involved in the constructions of the landfills here in Estonia, and Saaremaa landfill here is one of these that are left to finish. So we are happy today to see the result of the closure of this.
But time is not enough to talk about everything. Quantity of waste increased very much since Soviet times. So the main problem right now is that there are many landfills officially certified, but nevertheless they do not reach European standards. But even more bigger problem is illegal landfills, which the number of which is growing all the time, and these landfills are even worse because there's no precaution, no measures to protect environment. For example, there's no special system for leachate collection and separation. There's no the same as we heard right now. There are no techniques to collect the gases which go out of the landfill. So all these landfills are illegal, as I said, and therefore it's very difficult to assess how much pollution is resulting from these landfills. Of course, there are two places where waste can be burnt and to gain energy, but these two places are also outdated and they might be dangerous. They are not fully controlled, so altogether I would say waste management problems is maybe the biggest problem in Ukraine, environmental problem.
As I understand, you starting a consortium to do more of what exactly?
This is a good start, this Swedish Institute project, I mean, to come together. We are many countries around the Baltic Sea, but it's not just a problem in the Baltic Sea region, it's a problem in the whole Europe. I mean, in the Baltic Sea region we perhaps have some 75 to 100,000 old landfills or dumps and so on. In the whole Europe it's something between 150,000 to 500,000. How many it is, it's a little bit dependent on the size. How do we define a landfill or
I will make a report tomorrow, but now I would like to underline that because main old landfills and dumps are already recultivated for money of European Union, and it's mean that about 5 years we can make nothing in this landfills. Therefore it's a little, we have some complications for development of landfill mining in Lithuania, but of course 5 years will go quickly, and of course we may prepare for this process now, I think.
About the consortium here, so this project, the Swedish Institute project here, is a platform to go further out in the European Union, and we have a group that is strong in Belgium, and together with them we try to create a consortium to lift the landfill mining issue in Europe in total, and we want together to go into the European Union and apply for money for more full-scale project in the whole Europe, and also get possibility to engage more students and researchers in this area to learn to know more about these landfills and how we shall reduce the environmental impact from old landfills.
Ragn-Sells, which is a large waste management company with business in the Nordic region, also here in Estonia. And my job in the company is that I'm a product manager for landfill and treatment, and also remediation of contaminated sites. Ragn-Sells has some own landfills, some landfills that we have already closed, and some active landfills that we sometimes in the future will need to close. Therefore it's in our interest to know the different options for handling old landfills. One option is to just leave them after you have closed them, but you have you need to treat the leachate water, and you need to collect the landfill gases. And today you don't actually know when you can stop with that activities, when you can just leave an old landfill. Perhaps you can. You have to take care of them for several hundreds of years. Therefore, a more interesting option can be to excavate the old landfills and to reuse some valuables, metals, for example, and also get a better collection systems for the biogas that the landfill is producing. That can be a better option than to leave them. Regarding old landfills, it's important to close them in a correct manner and correctly handled. They can be nice natural areas, recreation areas, without risk for the environment. But if you don't treat them correctly, there can be risk objects with a possibility of contaminating the surroundings. And for the active landfills, I think it's the future. We need to find and to know how the landfill is going to be closed in the future, so that we can plan what wastes we put in the landfill and how we place them in the landfill, so it would do a minimum of risk in the future. And to do that daily, you need to see that goal. Where will the landfill be when we want to close it? And therefore it's I think interesting to study the old landfills and see what has happened in them during the years, what happened with different types of waste when you store them in a landfill for a long time. That can help us plan for the landfills that we build today.
At the moment, we also work with the establishment of biogas plant in Brazil. In this case, it's a Vinnova project that also support Swedish industry together with the university work abroad. I mean, it's incredible amount of waste that is coming in. I mean, there is up to 4-5 times what coming into the landfills or to the incinerators at Swedish plants and so on. So we are talking here about perhaps 2,000-3,000 tons that coming in per day to these plants, and they make very huge landfill, and there has now just closed and covered that San Juan landfill, but still they have the methane gas leaking. They have no system to collect that methane gas, and also they have problem with the leachate coming from the landfill. They are driving this leachate with trucks. So this with landfill mining is an alternative for final coverage and the control program, because according to the European directive you shall have a control program for 30 years or more and measure the leachate quality and also treat the leachate from the landfill, and that's very costly. And I'm coming from a small city, Kalmar, and that landfill cost a lot. The city is for 60,000 inhabitants, or has 60,000 inhabitants, and the cost 14 million euros, and then the disclosure program and the treatment and so on cost another 6 million euros. I mean, for that amount of money, if I get that, I can excavate a lot, and if I then find also a lot of metal scrap, it's usually income from the landfill. And we have the example plastic, we have also the soil fraction that can be useful, and you have also energy. in the landfill, and one calculation said that all the landfills in Sweden could produce energy for Sweden, the district heating for about 10 years if it should use the energy that is in the landfill. So it's a lot of energy that could be used from the landfill. Many landfills today has also a gas collection system, so it's also a question, when shall you start the excavation? How long can you use the gas? How long time is it economic beneficial to use the gas? But after a while you get settlings in the old landfills, and then you get water perhaps into the pipe system or cracks and so on. So do you get gas for very low quality, then it's time to go in and make the landfill mining.
Our colleagues from Lappeenranta Grove of Mika Hortanainen, they created a tool for establishment of this optimal time for exploitation of landfill gas. Maybe we could use this experience.
We have tried some mathematical models on the landfill in Kalmar to see how long time we can use the gas in the future. So we will see how it will be, but there they have decided to cover this landfill, but it can come to that situation that we have to take away that cover again.
Not everybody has been to Saaremaa.
First time for me. It's been very exciting. Too much?
Take the next elevator. Or perhaps I was too heavy, I should take the staircase.
Almost here. How is everyone feeling? Anyone sleepy yet?
Better all the time.
Tere!
Welcome to the landfill.
Thank you very much.
This is a landfill.